Liquors, liqueurs, and spirits. Welcome back, guys. We're going to talk about the liquors, liqueurs, spirits, beer, wine. A lot of this you can learn on your own, or I just don't have the knowledge to give you so much, and it'll just take up a lot of time. So we're just going to get real basic right now, just to familiarize yourself with like the bar and the well stuff. Liquor is an alcoholic beverage containing ethanol. It's made by distilling ethanol, really, by way of fermenting grain, fruit, or vegetable. You let the grains ferment, and then you distill the ethanol, pretty much. A liqueur is a liquor with added flavoring, and it's usually fruits or cream, herbs, nuts, flowers, and it's bottled with added sugar. So usually they're sweeter. Liqueurs are usually a little bit heavier, and like I said, pretty much they're liquor with added sugar and flavors, pretty much. And it's usually the sugar that separates it, because I mean you have some flavors infused in like vodkas or whatever, but they're not liqueurs because they're not sugar. The most popular liquors, and I like to classify them in this way, I call them European white liquors, and that's vodka and gin. Then you have I call them Latin. I have rum and tequila, and I call those the Latin white whiskeys, which I have them as bourbon, Canadian, Scotch, and Irish. And those are my whiskeys in a basic sense. And bourbon is the Kentucky bourbon, and then you also have different American whiskeys, which are not from the bourbon region. But for bar purposes, we're going to consider all American whiskey bourbon. But like I said, there's Canadian rye whiskey, American bourbon, Scotch, and Irish whiskeys. So like I said, I have my 4 whites and my 4 whiskeys. And that's how I usually keep track of or teach people, the different spirits categories. And like I said, we're not going to go in depth on how they're made, and you can learn all these on your own. But, and I think bartending, like I said, once you get to bartending, you can learn that. Because I didn't learn most of that stuff until I was 8-9 years into bartending. And it can help you a bit to be better as a bartender. So like I said, you're always learning. You'll learn what's popular. And like I said, usually I go down by what's popular by vodka, gin, rum, tequila. Those are in order of what I think they're as popular. And I keep them together. I keep my vodka and my gin together, and I keep my rum and my tequila together. Like I said, I keep my bourbon and my Canadian together, and that's my American whiskeys. Then you have European whiskeys, which is Scotch and Irish, and I keep those together. And that's how I set up my bar. And it's good in your head to know where these are, and that's part of being organized. And that's what I say, just to familiarize yourself. And I would put like some basic stuff in my well, and these will be my well, and a couple other things to add to the well. Triple sec, which we discussed as a mixer. Well, triple sec is an orange flavored liqueur, pretty much. I think it's vodka based, and vodka is a common spirit for liqueurs because it's a neutral spirit, which means it doesn't have a lot of strong characteristics as far as flavoring. So whatever you add to it will take over the flavoring. So if you add orange to vodka, orange will be predominant flavor. And the sour mix, you had to have that in your bar, in your well. Your grenadine, Rose's lime juice, vermouth, sweet vermouth, and dry vermouth. Popular brand is Martini and Rossi. So those are for martinis, Manhattans, Rob Roy's, drinks that call for vermouth. And like I said, this will be my pretty much very basic well setup. Like I say, a well drink, if you want to know, is pretty much the cheapest liquor that you want to have access to regularly. Usually your well is situated where you are going to be most of the time, and it's usually right in front of you, and you can just grab it. And like I said, I usually go from left to right: vodka, gin, rum, tequila, bourbon, Canadian, Scotch, Irish. That's how I usually set up my well across, if you have the room. Like I said, all bars are set up differently, so you'll have to set it up your own way. And other bartenders set up their bars differently, so it's by no means it's a law. But like I said, it's a good way to start off setting it up, because to me it's just sensible. And like I said, let's just go over a couple of terms. On the rocks. or over. If someone orders a drink on the rocks or over, that means they want it on ice. So on the rocks would be ice, so on ice. Over is over ice, which is, exactly the same term. So on the rocks or over, or it means that they want the drink served with ice. Straight or neat means they want the drink served without anything. They just want the drink itself. They just want Jack Daniels in a glass. That's what straight or neat means. And I think in communicating the bar like that, I think it's a distinction, because I think up means chilled in a martini glass with no ice. I make the distinction of up and neat. Neat means not chilled. Up means in a martini glass, chilled, no ice. And that's the distinction I make between those. Water back, Coke back. That means they want a separate glass of that mixer. So if they want a Jack Coke water back, they want a Jack Daniels with Coke on ice, and then they want a glass of water on the side. So they could be a Coke back, root beer back, orange back, beer back, whatever it may be. Dirty. Dirty means you add olive juice to it. And like I said, some people want slightly dirty, some people want filthy dirty. And slightly dirty is less olive juice, filthy dirty is a little bit more. Perfect is a term that means you want sweet vermouth and dry vermouth, usually equal parts, unless they tell you otherwise. So if they want a Manhattan perfect, or a perfect Manhattan, they want a Manhattan with both dry vermouth and sweet vermouth. A press or a Presbyterian. Someone wants a crown press. It's usually a combination of carbonated beverages. Common is Sprite and soda, or Sprite and ginger ale, or soda and ginger ale. Usually I do Sprite and soda or Sprite and water when someone asks for a press, but I would ask. A sour is just, if someone orders a vodka sour, they want vodka and sour mix, and that's pretty much self-explanatory. A stone sour is a sour mix with orange juice added. So if someone wants a Jack Stone sour, they want Jack Daniels sour mix and orange juice. A flag is a garnish of an orange and cherry. Very common garnish. Usually garnishes drinks with orange juice or fruit punch drinks or sour mix drinks. Drinks with sour mix get a flag. So a flag is a very, very common garnish, and it's a combination of an orange and a cherry. Like drinks with Sprite or soda are usually citrus garnishes. Tonic, usually a lime or a lemon garnish, and those are pretty much automatic. Cranberry juice is a lime garnish pretty much. Grapefruit juice is a lime garnish. Pineapple juice is usually a cherry garnish. All sour drinks are shaken. All drinks with milk are shaken or mixed. Bloody Marys, you never shake. Mix those from tin to glass. You just familiarize yourself with the liquors. Like I said, liqueurs are just, drinks with sweetener added. Liquor with sweetener and flavoring added. Like peach schnapps, apple pucker. Grand Marnier is a brandy-based liqueur with orange flavoring and sugar added. Amaretto, almond flavored. Kahlua, coffee flavored. Bailey's, cream flavored. I'll see you guys for the next episode. Some drink mixes. Yeah, hey, woohoo! All right, learn how to mix those drinks.